Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Board of Directors open meeting of Thursday, September the 22nd, 2016. First order of business is introductions. I'm Carl Kenninger, President of the GTCA.
Mary Vail, Executive Assistant to the General Manager.
Wade Weston, Director, Tower 3.
Suhaila Koga, Tower 2.
Rich Solafuente, Director at Large.
Richard Miller, Director, Tower 1.
Frank Fittipaldi, General Manager.
Arnaud Ziggy is on the phone. Art?
Mark Ziggy, Director, Tower 3.
There is a quorum present, so I'm calling the meeting officially to order. The first item of business is the approval of the open meeting minutes of August the 18th, 2016.
I would like to make a motion to approve of the meeting minutes of August 18, 2016.
I second the motion.
The motion is made and seconded. Is there any discussion? There appears to be no discussion. All those in favor of approving the open board meetings of August the 18th, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Motion is unanimously passed. A few thoughts. This week we had a very successful voter registration drive. We are now entering into the election season. On this Monday, we will have the first presidential debate. The Government Affairs Committee has organized at 9 o'clock to have the lounge open so you can sit here as a group and watch the debate. So remember, register to vote. If you haven't done so at the voter registration drive, every vote counts. As far as the Treasurers and Controllers report, the Treasurers and Controllers report was made last Thursday. We'll make that report physically part of the record of this meeting. And the same is for the General Manager's report that was also given last Thursday. I don't know if there's anything else to add. Frank has nothing else to add. Unfinished business. The unfinished business topic is the second reading to amend the SPA rules to close the children's activity room on weekdays at 9 p.m. Can we have the motion, please?
I would like to make a motion to approve I would like to make a motion to amend the SPA rules to close the children's activity room on weekdays at 9 p.m.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is seconded. This, of course, is the second reading of a policy resolution. If it's passed tonight, this becomes a Galaxy rule. Is there any discussion? There appears to be no discussion. All those in favor of the amendment, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
The motion is unanimously passed. New business. The first order of business is the pool cover.
I'd like to make a motion to approve a contract to American Pools, Inc. for the purchase of a customized outdoor pool cover in the amount of $8,600.
Is there a second? The motion is seconded. Discussion.
Yes, please.
We'll
I think that this.
let Art go first. Go ahead, Art.
I think that this cover is unnecessary. We are exposing ourselves to being blown out by winds, being destroyed by rain, snow, ice, and I don't see any reason of doing so.
Richard?
I agree with Art because twice in the past 30 years I've heard we tried pool covers and because of the tremendous winds we have here, the cover was blown off. And I think we have a lot of other places we can spend the $8,400. We skimped on landscaping because we wanted to save $8,000, and now we turn around and are spending on a luxury, a pool cover. So I disagree also.
Wade?
I
I actually don't support it only because currently I think we have enough things on our plate that we can concentrate on and get done. And I'd like to see some more things get finished or closer to being finished before we take on another project.
Mr. Allen? There appears to be no additional comments. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand to say aye to affirm. 2. All those opposed to the motion, say aye or nay or raise your hand.
Nay.
The motion is not carried. Ladies, locker room renovations.
I would like to make a motion to approve contract to Falcon Engineering for ladies locker room renovation in the amount of $10,285 plus 10% contingency for a total of $11,314.
Is there a second? Motion is seconded. Are there any comments? Wait.
I just have some concerns I don't think have been duly addressed or have been given the time to duly address. And before we are awarded, I would like to see some more research done as to what the overall concept is, and also have a little more discussion with the SPA committee director.
Richard?
Well, I have some of the same concerns. We should be meeting with the SPA committee to see exactly what their concerns and their ideas were. Last week, I believe I said that we didn't have homeowner input. I wasn't sure, but I remember we did, or the SPA committee did a survey or something like that before the fact. But after we get the plans, and we meet with the SPA committee, but then when we get the plans from the architectural firm, I think we should put the plans up with the finishes so we get homeowner input on the plan, because a lot of homeowners may not have responded to the survey, and they may have some good ideas.
Mr. Allen?
I thanked last week, still I want to thank the SPA committee for all the effort that they put into this project. They really worked hard and they came up with a very, very good plan, but my reservation is I would like to get together with the SPA committee, and I have a few questions that I would like to ask them. But overall, they did a great job, and I remember that they surveyed a lot of homeowners, and they had a fabulous plan, and already they discussed that. But I would like to still to have a discussion with this part.
Are there any other comments?
I would like to add my point exactly for the same reason. I think that the SPA committee should have an input before we vote to spend any money on that.
Any additional comments?
If there's no additional comments, I'd like to make a motion to table the motion.
There's a motion on the floor to table. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion has been seconded. There is no discussion of a motion to table. All those in favor of tabling the motion, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? One abstention. Motion to table carries. The next order of business is Plaza driveway drains.
I'd like to make a motion to award the contract to Quality One to provide all labor and materials for the demolition, waterproofing, and replacement of 37 driveway drains in the amount of $154,725 for the base contract of drain replacements per revised engineering plans prepared by Desmond Associates, with allowance for $23,450 for 5-foot vertical riser replacement if needed at a unit cost of $670 and a $202,400 allowance for an additional 5 feet of horizontal piping if needed at each drain location for a guaranteed maximum price amount not to exceed $202,575.
Is there a second? The motion is seconded. Discussion?
Yes, please, if I may. I think that it is improper decision technically. It's going to be a patch job, putting segments of membrane to the existing membrane, which exceeded its useful life. And I am concerned that partial replacing is going to give us what we have been doing for the last X number of years, just another patch instead of doing it right.
Sir Heller?
So, please.
Okay. The conversation, or my opinion on it also, was that we should address the drains immediately because they were identified as the major part of causing the leakage. We're going to wait just until next year to make sure that we don't have any additional problems with those drains. And then the full renovation of the driveway would take place after we know that the drains are functioning and working properly.
I would like to do it in 2 phases, and I believe if we do the first phase this year, then next year we know that at least the drain problems have been addressed correctly. So I support to get it done in 2 phases, and I don't feel that's a patchwork. I think it's going to be proper work and with some assurance that it has been done properly.
Richard?
I think it's especially important to do it in 2 stages because we are not considering putting down the pavers again in the sand. We're considering either concrete, asphalt, or something else. We don't know yet what. So this way it'll give us time to see if there's any further leaks. And once the concrete goes down, if it's concrete or asphalt, then you have to, then you're in trouble getting to the source.
Additional comments? There appears to be no additional comments. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand to say aye. It's for its benefit, it's 5. All those opposed?
Nay.
The motion is carried. I have no other new business on the agenda. Is there any other new business? There appears to be no other new business. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
All those in favor of adjourning, raise your hand to say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for attending tonight.